Well, the IPL keeps on delivering, and yet again we have had an excellent game here at the Chinnaswamy Stadium between the Chennai Super Kings and the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Hello and welcome back to the Cricket Corner podcast with me, Vatsal Vora, as we look back to yet another brilliant game of cricket here in the 16th season of the Indian Premier League. The Chennai Super Kings beating the Royal Challengers Bangalore by 8 runs. But that's not the story. The story is the entertainment, the fun, the excitement, the adrenaline rushing games which the IPL just keeps on producing this season. And we have had yet another brilliant performance by two sets of teams who have some great players, huge mega stars in their squad, and all of them have delivered today. But in the end, there could only be one winner, and unfortunately, for the RCB, it was the Chennai Super Kings who prevailed by 8 runs in the end. What a wonderful game of cricket. More than 430 runs scored in 40 overs. 226 by the Chennai Super Kings, and in reply, the Royal Challengers of Bangalore scored 218 for the loss of 8 wickets. That's a monumental effort by both the sides. And the credit should go to the Royal Challengers of Bangalore for giving it a go. And at one point in time, they looked like the favourites to get the victory because they were going at such an alarming rate that it felt like the victory is in sight. But credit to the Chennai bowlers then, because they cut short the innings of the likes of Faf du Plessis and Maxwell, who were going all guns blazing, and prevented the Royal Challengers of Bangalore by 8 runs in the end. My main talking point here is the Chinnaswamy Stadium, of course. That stadium has an excellent batting pitch. That stadium has short boundaries, and when you combine excellent pitches with short boundaries, you are going to have games where you see a total of 400 runs scored by both the sides, and today was no exception. The Chinnaswamy the Chinnaswamy Stadium, I beg your pardon, reminds me of the Sharjah Stadium during the 2020 IPL. Yes, the 2021 IPL was played on the sluggish, slow pitches in the UAE, and Sharjah was unfortunately one of them. But in 2020, the Sharjah wicket was flat. The ground is very small, and you could chase down some massive totals. Like, you can post 230 and you still can't be safe. And like the Chinnaswamy Stadium is giving me those kind of vibes in the end, because 226 on the board by the Chennai Super Kings, and yet it felt like that total could be easily achievable in the end by the Bangalore side, but unfortunately it didn't happen that way. But yeah, credit to as I said, the Bangalore batting, because after 10 overs they were like 121 for 1, if I'm not wrong. For the loss of 2 wickets. I think they lost Mahipal Lomror and Virat Kohli, but that partnership between Glenn Maxwell and Faf du Plessis was outstanding, and it nearly took RCB over the line. Let me just quickly say that Faf du Plessis and Glenn Maxwell put on 126 runs in 61 balls. So that's basically going at a run rate of 12.5 runs per over, while both of those power hitters were out there in the middle. 126 run partnership is no joke in T20 cricket, and when you get them in around 10 overs, that gives you a potential license to go on and win the game in the end. But unfortunately, Glenn Maxwell was picked up by Tikshana, who was dismissed for 76 of 36 deliveries, 8 sixes in that innings as well, and Faf du Plessis scored 62 of 33 with 5 fours and 4 sixes. But my mind again shifts to something which I've already discussed in one of my podcasts earlier. I don't remember which one it was exactly, but it was regarding RCB's lack of good, strong middle order. I feel like RCB rely on the top order a bit too much compared to the other sides, and that's the reason for the downfall. Now, don't get me wrong, reaching 218 is massive, and the credit should most definitely go out to the likes of Faf du Plessis and Glenn Maxwell, but sometimes I felt like if the RCB top order doesn't contribute, they don't have anyone reliable in the middle order. Now that is completely opposite of what the Chennai Super Kings have, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But today we saw Virat Kohli score just 6 runs, and the pressure immediately falls on the likes of Faf du Plessis and Glenn Maxwell to get the big scores. Yes, they got those relative big scores today, but it wasn't enough in the end. And now the thought now goes, if there was a good quality middle order batsman, like someone like, I don't know who, like good Indian middle order batsman, like I'm not sure, like maybe like Ajinkya Rahane or someone like Surya Kumar Yadav, that kind of a caliber player, which I think Bangalore lack. Yes, you can argue and say, well, they have Dinesh Karthik, but again, 2 reasons. Dinesh Karthik is not a middle order batsman. He's like a lower order batsman who comes out, tonks the ball and goes and just goes off. But then again, his form is a little dicey this season. He's not been the Dinesh Karthik of the previous years where, he has been scoring runs freely and getting Bangalore to those big totals. Now, Dinesh Karthik's form is also a worry, so I don't think he warrants a place in the middle order as well. But let's assume what will happen to the Bangalore side, because they will play at the Chinnaswamy Stadium for many games this season, and you can expect all of them to go above 200. So let's take 2 scenarios. Let's say if Bangalore bat first and one of Faf, Virat or Maxwell doesn't perform, then, or let's assume all 3 of them don't perform. Well, that can happen regardless of how good they are. Then you are seeing them, if they're batting first and those 3 don't score, you are seeing a score well below 200, which on this kind of pitch and this kind of a small ground, it could be easily chased by the opposition. Contrary to if they are bowling first and chasing the target, and one of those 3 or 2 of those 3 or all 3 of them don't perform, then they are falling well short of the target. So I think they lack a good middle order batsman. Well, Maxwell is a middle order batsman. He comes in at number 2. Sometimes he comes in at number 3. Sometimes he bats at number 4, and sometimes at number 3. But apart from that, Shahbaz Ahmed, 12 runs today. Mahipal Lomro got a knot. Dinesh Karthik did score 28, but well, that is towards the very end of the innings when the game looked down and out for RCB. Suyansh Prabhu Desai, 19 runs, 2 sixes. He looks like a talent. You can try him in the middle order as well. They have someone like Anuj Rawat, whom they have given that opportunity to, but unfortunately for RCB, he hasn't delivered in the middle order as well. So I really worry as far as the RCB middle order is concerned. Like, being a cricket fan myself, I don't want to see the likes of Faf du Plessis, Virat Kohli or Glenn Maxwell fail, because they are wonderful batsmen to watch, and someone like a neutral like me would really enjoy their batting. But you have to look at both sides of the coin, and should Virat Kohli not perform, should Faf du Plessis not perform, or should Glenn Maxwell not perform, then you are in a really big trouble. Now, the middle order is something that CSK are not bothered about, because we saw Ruturaj Gaikwad fail today. Ruturaj Gaikwad has been one of Chennai's best batsmen this season, was holding the orange cap for the early stages of the tournament. But he just scored 3. But then, look at the stacked middle order which Chennai has got. You have Ajinkya Rahane, you have Shivam Dube, Moeen Ali, Ambati Raidu, Ravindra Jadeja, and then you have Mahendra Singh Dhoni to give you that finishing kick towards the end. Today, Ruturaj Gaikwad failed, but Devon Convoy, who opens with him, scored 83. Ajinkya Rahane got a quick fire 37. Shivam Dube got a quick fire 52. and then some handy little contributions from the likes of Moeen Ali and Ambati Raidu. So that's the kind of caliber of batsmen they need in the middle order. Like I'm saying, I give the examples of Surya Kumar Yadav or Ajinkya Rahane, but those kind of batsmen shouldn't be like, the middle order shouldn't be a good player who plays for the Indian team. You can have someone like a Shivam Dube in there who is reliable. Shivam Dube, yes, has had some of his fair share of poor results, but today he was outstanding. 5 sixes, one of them was 101 meters, the another one was 111 meters. So, he is the kind of player you need in the middle order, which has 2 gears and can play fast and relatively slow according to the situation. But that's something the RCB and the management should be thinking about, that who is that kind of player, because you have some good quality all-rounders, don't get me wrong. You have Wayne Pardell, you have Vanindu Hasaranga, but I feel like that bowling all-rounders, not batting all-rounders, like someone like Shivam Dube, you can expect Parnell and Hasaranga to give you 4 overs, but you cannot expect them to give you a quick fire 30 or a quick fire 40 all the time. Yes, they're capable of doing that, but I don't see themselves being the middle order player which the Bangalore side needs. But yeah, credit to Chennai Super Kings. We have hardly talked about them today, but 226 is always going to be a big total to chase down. I feel like regardless of the pitch, and I just said that even if you score 220 odd, you are not safe in this kind of pitches and a small ground like the Chinnaswamy Stadium is. But that psychological barrier of scoring at around 11 and a half runs and over is something which gets to you as far as the chasing side is concerned. Yes, RCB looked quite good when Maxwell and Faf du Plessis were playing, but then once one of them is out, the batting just collapsed, and I feel like that's the psychological barrier you need to cross. And once you put a big total, which is well within 11 or 12 runs and over, then you can probably say you have a very high percentage chance of winning the game. What does this mean to the IPL table? Let's have a look at that now. The Chennai Super Kings have now won after losing their previous game, and now have gone up to 3rd in the table. Now they are on 6 points. They have won 3 and lost 2. Bangalore now are 7th in the standings, and along with KKR, they have played 5, won just 2 and lost 3. The Chennai Super Kings will be playing the Sunrisers Hyderabad next, and while the Bangalore side will be playing Punjab. The game tomorrow, I think, is between the Sunrisers Hyderabad and the Mumbai Indians. Mumbai Indians had a really good victory against the Kolkata Knight Riders yesterday, so that should be a good game to look out for as far as the neutrals are concerned. But yeah, credit to Chennai Super Kings, and a lot to ponder for the RCB side, particularly looking at the middle order, which we discussed in detail today. I hope you guys like this podcast, a short podcast from me. I have been a little busy with my work and my studies and stuff. That's the reason the podcasts have been not so frequent, but I'm trying my best to provide you with some good insights in this IPL season. If you're listening this on YouTube, then make sure you are liking, sharing and subscribing. 50 subscribers by the end of this IPL, 26 more to go. We can do it, I guess. And if you're listening this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts or some other platform, make sure you are giving me those 5-star ratings or equivalent if you are liking what I am saying here. This is me, Vatsalvora, signing off after yet another brilliant IPL game. Hope this continues. Ciao for now.